Okay, guys, good evening. I don't know if you can still remember this, but I already have told you about a new teaching plan that we are actually going to use now. Okay, but before we go to the teaching page, let me just tell you a few things first about a few things that we really need to pay attention to. Okay, on our system, we have what we call the topic material bank, right? Yeah. This topic material bank is actually where we can find all the topics that we can teach our students. If you can remember before, we used to go to our teaching materials, yeah, by going to this part of our system, right? Let's say, for example, we talk about art museums and architecture, encrypt, and everything like that. Okay. It's actually all here, right? This is our teaching material before, right? We are actually teaching them about vocabulary, right? Useful collocations, some vocabulary again, right? Adjectives and all the things that is related to museums. This is the old way, right? The thing that we are actually going to use now is here, okay? Yeah. Look at the bottom part of the menu on the left side, you can click there teaching material. We don't need to go deeper in this because I'm going to explain this later to you as well later on. Okay. Um, the questions are actually being the questions are actually being grouped together. Just like for example, for those questions in part one, that is related to likes and dislikes, the preference of things. Just like for example, yeah, I'm going to give some examples later on, but that's what I said. I'm not going to go deeper yet. Okay. But okay, so those are only just examples. Okay. So they are being classified according to what kind of questions they are, right? Okay. And that is in part one. And in part two, they are actually also classified according to what kind of questions or topics they are, right? So just like, for example, okay, in part two, if we're going to talk about merging topics, okay, this is in group one. Here, you can say, describe a time you made a promise to someone, right? And here are the topic analysis, right? The core of these four topics are promise, encourage, skill, and advice. Yeah, this is like our teaching material. This is like something that we have already been using before. But since that these things are already available to our students' system, right? I don't know if you know about this, but our students actually have like a system that they can like um, book their classes on their own, right? Yeah. On that same system, this is actually also where they can see it. Yeah. So we don't actually need to like copy the link and paste it to their QQ and so that they can open it on their end and so they can check the teaching material. We don't need to do that anymore, right? So the students can pretty much do those kind of things on their own using their students system. Yeah. I'll try to explain it later on to you as well. Okay, but for now, let's just try to focus into our teaching material. Okay, this is in part two, so this is actually why it is a little bit complicated. If you can see here, there's also like some storylines, some sample answers, some keywords to suggest, right? Yeah. And so, as what I said, these are things that the student can actually also see in their system. Yeah. Okay, moving on. Okay, so this is the teaching material. Okay, so again, we don't need to copy the link. The students can actually just access this on their own using their student system. Okay, that is our teaching material. The next one is teaching material, or sorry, is the teaching material bank, right? The thing about the teaching material bank is that this is actually where we can see all the questions. Yeah, all the questions that we have, right? So starting from part one, of course, we have TV programs, taking a rest, reading, getting up early, right? And these are also all the questions, right? It actually also it actually also classifies them from old topics to new topics, right? Yeah, the frequency and the opinion, right? They are being classified as like that as well. Okay. So yeah, I mean, those are two things that you're just gonna have to focus more. Okay. Yeah. So the teaching material is like our material that we are sending to the students so that they can study their lessons in advance, and our questions, which are actually our topic material. Okay, so I guess that's already clear for you guys. Again, this is only just an overview because we're gonna have to use this kind of knowledge later on if we are already doing our teaching plan. Okay, so I guess that's all for you for now, guys. I'm going to create another video for teaching plan. Okay, bye bye.